Life Coach Kesh here. Don't leave without liking, subscribing, and sharing. Hi friends, we are back again for another Sunday night cocktails and cooking with me, Coach Kesh. Cheers to all of you joining us on another Sunday night. I'm super excited. Tonight's cocktail is a Vino Verde Rosé. This is actually one of my favorite rosés. Super affordable. I started drinking it when I spent a week in Portugal over Semana Santa and I have not stopped. That was back in 2008. So I have been drinking this wine for quite some time. But I'm really excited to have my wine with you all and cook this meal tonight. So first and foremost, cheers. And now we can get started. So tonight, friends, we are going to cook the Blue Apron yellow curry and lemongrass tilapia with brown rice. As always, we're cooking 2 servings. And it's supposed to take between 25 and 35 minutes. So we'll see what happens. This is the picture, friends. This is how it's supposed to look. I don't have round plates. Or maybe I do. I'll have to look and see how that's going to work out. For all of my Weight Watchers people out there, if you are on green, this is 9 points. If you're on blue, this is 8 points. And if you're on purple, this is 3 points. So this is actually a really good meal for purple. I'm on blue, so this is an 8-point dinner for me. But even 8 points is really good. I feel like anything less than like 15 is a good meal for me because of how many points I have per day. So it works out. In this meal, we've got tilapia, lemongrass, which I told y'all I'm excited to cook with because I've never cooked with lemongrass before. Bok choy, which I love and never cooked with, so I'm excited to see how I'm about to chef that up. Rice vinegar, brown rice, garlic, honey, yellow curry paste, scallions, carrots, and soy sauce. So it looks like everything tonight is going to be cooked on the stove. Nothing is going in the oven, which I think is pretty interesting because I usually bake my tilapia. So I'm excited to see like how exactly that's going to work out. So let's get started. First and foremost, there's a note. Hey chef, that's me. Try these WW Pro tips. Skip adding salt. I don't eat salt anyway. Also, use non-stick cooking spray instead of olive oil, which we have that. So awesome. Okay, cool. We're ready to go. First and foremost, it says prepare the ingredients and start the broth. So remove the honey from the refrigerator to bring to room temperature. So I already took everything out. So the honey is in like this little packet. So we'll leave this sitting out and we'll let that become room temperature. Next, fill a medium pot 3/4 of the way up with salted water. Of course, we won't use any salt. And cover that and heat to boil. So I learned, y'all, from the first week that I don't need my big boil pot. So I'm going to use my smaller Ray Dunn boil pot and fill this 3/4 of the way with water. I pulled out some extra stuff this week, y'all, because I'm trying to get better at the stuff that I have out so I can just like reach and find stuff. So let's fill this up 3/4 of the way. Let me know what you guys are drinking tonight. Like I told you, I'm drinking a Vino Verde Rosé tonight. I'm interested to know what you guys have on this good old Sunday. Perfect. My Ray Dunn frying pan that we're going to use to make all this stuff in. So let's go ahead and boil the water. I feel like I'm getting good at this, y'all. Like, I really feel like I'm turning into like a little bit of a chef. Okay. So the water's on. Next up, wash and dry the produce. I have all the produce out. The only thing that I didn't wash was the carrots. So I'll do that. It says thinly slice the scallions, separating the white bottoms and the hollow yellow-green tops. Okay. So we have scallions here. And just because I'm a little bit of a cleanliness crazy, I'm going to throw these under the water again, even though, like, I know I did that. I just, in my brain, I need to do it again. Let's pull out a knife. This should work. All right, so I'm gonna separate the white part from the green part. And then I'm thinly slicing these. And I also have to store them separately, it looks like, in the picture. So you guys can see up there how everything's stored. So I'm gonna store them in 2 different bowls as well. So let's, ooh. So I usually buy scallions pre-cut, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. So this is a little bit of an experience. However, this is pretty easy to cut. So maybe I won't spend the extra money getting stuff pre-cut. That's just straight up laziness, I know, but it is what it is. All right, so this is the green part. So we'll put these in one bowl. These are my edge bowls. I told you guys about these. I saw them recently in Marshall's, as well as I got mine from Home Goods, but they're also in Marshall's, and I also saw them in TJ Maxx, and they do come in different colors. So if your kitchen is like a different color, these come in all different colors. So that's that part. Now the white part. Ooh, I'm getting rid of this. This is weird, y'all. I think that's the part that comes out of the ground, and I'm not with that. So we're gonna throw that away. And cut up the white part. I wonder if the white part and the green part taste different. If there's anybody in here who like is a actual chef or like knows way more about food than I do, which honestly doesn't take much, I'd be interested to know if like the white part of the scallion and the green part of the scallion tastes different. If you guys know that, please like let me know. All right, white part cut up, and we'll put this in a separate bowl because it looks like that's what I'm supposed to do. All right, cool. Now, peel and thoroughly chop, or sorry, roughly chop 2 cloves of garlic. Here we go with that again. Last week they told me to like roughly chop something. I really need to, I'm going to look up this week. That's my homework, y'all. I'm going to look up what it means to roughly chop garlic, because I'm truly not sure. Oh, I do see that my chef friend is joining us live on Instagram. So if you could tell me what roughly chop means, I would love to know that, because I have no idea. And I don't want to be not doing it right, since I think I kind of sort of like, I'm a little bit of a chef these days. So if you could help me, please, please do. I've got my 2 cloves of garlic. And the rest of this is going into the trash. Okay. Let's see here. Garlic is kind of hard to peel too, y'all. Like, I usually buy my garlic already cut up too, because I am lazy when it comes to cooking. And now that like I've been doing this, I realize like it's cheaper to buy it like not chopped up. As with anything, it's cheaper to buy it if you just like do it yourself. But garlic's really not that easy to peel. So I think for that reason and that reason alone, unless I'm like cooking a meal like this that like sends me the cloves, I'm using the stuff that's already done. Cause like this is tedious, y'all. God forbid y'all have long nails. That would really be crazy. Good Lord. There's got to be a trick to this too. And I just don't know what it is. All right. Now, roughly chop, whatever that means. I'm just going to cut it up, y'all, because I don't know what this means. Oh, dear Jesus. I'm not screaming. We got a comment here saying roughly chop means to scream while you're chopping it. I do not think that's what it means, and I will not be doing that. Clearly, my assistant thinks that he's the comic relief tonight, y'all. That is definitely garlic, y'all. Woo! Good Lord. Okay. All right. Guess that's roughly chopped. We'll leave this. Looks like you need a Rae Dunn apron now. Yes! If we can find a Rae Dunn apron, I'm here for it. I would love a Rae Dunn apron. That would make me so happy. I am definitely here for that. Somebody says roughly chopping garlic means to chop it like somebody did you wrong. Lord. Woo. That's a mouthful. Okay. Cut off and discard the ends of the lemongrass. Peel away the fibrous outer layers to reach the pliable white core. Finely chop the core to get 2 tablespoons. You may have extra. All right, y'all. Now, this is the lemongrass. I'm going to peel this top part off. But I don't want to peel too much. Oh, it feels kind of like corn, y'all. Like when you're shucking corn. For anybody who has never peeled or cooked a lemongrass, like I haven't. This is kind of corn stalky feeling. I'm assuming that I'm doing this right. And there is no visual for this, so we are winging this, y'all. Like, for real, for real. Alright, maybe I should chop this end off, because y'all know how I am about the ends of stuff. Like, okay, well, that was a little crazy. Okay, so there's like a thing inside of there you guys can see. So I think I'm trying to get down to that. Oh, yep. Ha! Figured it out. Okay. So we have to get to that center piece. Here we go. All right, cool. Now, it says to finely chop the core. Okay. All right, y'all. So lemongrass is hard to cut into. As I'm trying to get it here. It's definitely taking a little bit more force than I was expecting it to. And this is supposed to produce 2 tablespoons. So we'll see. I think this top part I'm supposed to throw away. Yes, okay, cool. And this kind of tells you like it stops being full. So that let me know that I needed to stop. So let's discard all the extra stuff, and then I'll chop up the rest of the lemongrass. I don't know, y'all. This is like Blue Apron Intermediate. I feel like the last couple of meals we had was like easy. Now they done took it up a notch or something. I need them to bring it back down. This is a little confusing. All right. Right. This is my little trick, y'all, that I learned watching The Leftover show on Netflix. So, you know, I think I know what I'm doing now. Now that I can do a couple things with a knife. Okay. Oh, it smells like lemony. All right. So, this goes in its own bowl. And it sounds like the water is boiling over there, y'all. Okay, that's the lemongrass. Next up is the carrots. Peel the carrots and thinly slice on an angle. Okay. They gave me 3, y'all. So a couple weeks ago when they gave me carrots, I know that this is like a 2-serving meal, but they literally gave me 2 carrots. The Blue Apron guys must have heard me because they sent me 3 this time. So I'm happy that they did, because although I appreciate eating per the serving size, as that's what you're supposed to do if you're a proper Weight Watchers menu, or proper Weight Watchers member, I like to have a little bit of something extra just in case it's actually good. You know what I mean? So, alright, so I am cutting the ends off, y'all, because I don't want the stuff that came up out the earth. So, we're gonna cut that off. Just because it's weird looking. Okay. Alright, cool. Ends off. Now it says to thinly slice on an angle. Let me look at the picture. Oh, okay, I see. Let's see. Oh. It's not bad. It's not the picture, but it's not bad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I got a comment on Instagram that says, I love your hair. I appreciate it. I got tired of hair. I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, and decided to just cut it all off. So here we are. It was truly the best decision I ever made, though, because listen, trying to hold down wigs on windy days is really and truly a talent, and I was tired of it. So here I am. Thank you so much for that, though. I appreciate it. We got a comment on Facebook that says 2 words, food processor. So, you know, if I wasn't cooking this stuff live and I was just like in my own little element doing this, I would probably be using all kinds of shortcuts. But for the sake of the recipe and the way that it's really supposed to be done, I enjoy doing it by hand with you guys. Hello, hello. I see some of you guys coming in. I'm taking a quick drink break, so cheers. And yes, these are Rae Dunn cups. My assistant has a his and I have the her. You can get all kinds of cool Rae Dunn stuff, y'all. Like, I'm just saying, if y'all are not out here Rae Dunn hunting, get out here. It's great stuff out here. Alright, so carrots are done. We'll put these in their bowl. Next up is cut off and discard the root ends of the bok choy. Roughly chop, separating the stems and the leaves. Okay. So this is the bok choy. This is what it looks like. Just for all intents and purposes, I'm going to rinse it again. And I guess I cut off this. Oh, it cuts like lettuce, y'all. Super easy. So I'll cut off the ends of both of these. Alright. And now I need to roughly chop this. So I think I'm going to start on the ends and work my way up to the leaves. Oh, it cuts pretty easy, y'all. This is not really tough at all. I thought when I was holding the bulb, it felt like it might be a little bit tough, but not at all. Okay, one. Now the next side. Okay. Okay, bok choy cut up. Now, it says in a bowl, whisk together soy sauce, vinegar, honey, and 1 cup of water. So, I've got my edge bowl. Again, these work so great when you have things that you need to pour. Like, instead of having to scrape the bowl, you have the edge piece that just pours right in, which is amazing. So, in here, I just want to make sure. So, soy sauce, vinegar, the pack of honey, which is room temperature now. And then 1 cup of water. So I have my Pyrex measuring cup out to put the 1 cup of water in here. Okay. Also, I have a whisker, like, but it's really big, and I feel like sometimes, like, for the 2 servings of Blue Apron, like, the whisk is, like, just too big for the amount. So I'm going to use a spoon. I should probably invest in a small whisk. But that's a fork. But I think a spoon will do just fine. Alright. This smells good, y'all. I would never think to put vinegar and honey and soy sauce together. But then again, I'm also not a professional cook, so maybe that's why I wouldn't think about it. But it smells really, really good. Like, for real. Alright. I'm just trying to make sure that the honey isn't sticking to the bottom as it was for a while at first. Alright. That's done. Next step. Cook the rice. Add the rice to the pot of boiling water. Cook uncovered for 17 to 19 minutes or until it's tender, and turn off the heat. So, they gave me a bag of brown rice. Our boil pot is ready. And we do have a spoon, a bigger spoon, here, just to make sure it doesn't stick. And that, they said 17 to 19 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer actually for 18 minutes. That way, if it takes me a second to grab it, we're good. So that's set, 18 minutes. All right. Next step, cook the vegetables and finish the broth. Okay. Meanwhile, pat the fish dry with paper towels. Season with salt and pepper. So we're not going to use salt because that's the Weight Watchers tip. So I'm going to open up the fish. Which again, y'all, so this is my first time getting tilapia from them. It is so fresh. And that's been something that I've really enjoyed on this Blue Apron journey. Everything that they've been sending me and doing for me has been really, really fresh. And I appreciate that. So that's good stuff. Oops, sorry, we paused there. I apologize. We had a call coming through. Looks like my mom was calling. Let's have my assistant call her back. Honey!
What?
Can you call mommy? She was calling. Maybe she wants something fun. Okay, so I'm going to pat. Oh, they're nice big pieces too, y'all. These are the pieces. I apologize for the pause. My mother has now called twice. She must not know that we are live. So I'm going to pat these dry. I guess to get the extra moisture out. That. And we'll do this one. I never do this with fish, so maybe I should start doing this. But I never like pat it dry. Whatever. We'll try that. All right. Done. Now they say season with salt and pepper. We're just going to use pepper because we know salt is our Weight Watchers tip, so we're not going to use that. So we'll season it with the pepper. Honey, I need you to ask her what she needs. Not me.
Oh, she rejecting my calls. She must not need nothing.
Tonight, my assistant's fielding calls. Typically, he's helping us clean, but he's not doing that tonight. Okay? Fish seasoned with pepper, because we're not using salt. Now, in a medium pan, non-stick, heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil, or we should spray it down because that was the Weight Watchers. We need to use the spray. So we're going to use the spray to do that. And then add the sliced white bottoms of the scallions, chopped garlic, and chopped lemongrass. Okay. So. Alright. Alrighty. So I'll put that on medium. And then again, it's the sliced white bottoms of the scallions, chopped garlic, and chopped lemongrass. Alright. So the white bottoms are here. Got that. The garlic is here. We've got that. The lemongrass is here. Okay. Now they're all in there. Season with salt and pepper. Stir occasionally for 3 to 4 minutes. Then we need to add as much curry paste as we'd like, depending on how spicy you'd like the dish to be. Well, my husband and I like spicy food, so I think I'm going to get a little heavy-handed on that. Alright. So we're letting this go for 3 to 4 minutes. And while it's going, I'm going to have a cocktail. So we're halfway there, y'all. We have like 12 minutes left on the rice, which is boiling. Maybe I should turn that down some, because I see like the steam from that like coming out. This is going for 3 to 4 minutes. Then they sent the yellow curry paste. This is how it looks. And it looks hot in there. So we'll see how that turns out. Once again, for those of you all who are just joining us, we are making the yellow curry and lemongrass tilapia with brown rice. Another Blue Apron special. I really hope that this one comes out the way that it looks, because I've never cooked anything like this before, and I'm using ingredients that I have never used before. So I'm excited to see what happens. As always, my husband will be the taste tester and let you guys know how it actually tastes. Alright, let's get a little handsy with this. Ooh, wow. Alright. Let's just put it all in there. We like spicy food. Let's see what happens. Alright, so that's there. And then once that goes in, it says we should add the broth, which is the honey, the soy sauce, and everything that I mixed up. You guys can see that. So we're going to add that in now as well. Y'all, it's really smelling like I'm a real chef over here. Like, not even kidding. Let's turn everything down. There's like another 10 minutes for the rice. Okay. the broth is in there. Now that the broth's in there, we heat to boil on high. So it looks like, I have it on like medium just because I have a gas stove. And I find that gas stoves heat up faster than electric. I used to have electric in our old home. And I find that this stove like gets hot like a whole lot faster. So I don't even think it's going to take as long as this says. Because I actually already see it kind of like boiling around the edges. So I think we're good there. Next step is, once the broth is boiling, place the fish and chopped bok choy leaves on top of the cooked vegetables and broth. So prior to that, we actually have to add the sliced carrots and the bok choy stems. So they go in now. All right, there's the carrots. All right. So all the vegetables except for the bok choy leaves are going in here. So this is the stem part, which is the white part, like the thick bulby part of the bok choy. And I'm assuming it's going to cook down pretty soft. I've never cooked it before, so if anybody out there has ever cooked bok choy, let me know what to expect, because I'm truly not that sure. I see we have a question on what kind of fish. We are making tilapia with this tonight, and everything's being done on top of the stove, which is pretty interesting to me, because typically if I cook tilapia, I usually bake it in the oven. So this is a different way for me doing it, up on top of the stove in this pan. So I'm excited to see, A, how that tastes, and B, how long it actually takes for it to be ready. Because according to this, it says 7 to 9 minutes. So apparently cooking it on top of the stove takes less time than it takes in the stove. Typically it takes me like 15 minutes to cook it inside of the stove if it's thawed out and I'm, you know, baking it. So I guess we'll see. We're just waiting for the vegetables to boil a little bit, and then we'll be ready to put the fish in and the bok choy leaves on top and see what happens. Thank you guys so much for joining. As always, each and every Sunday we cook these Blue Apron meals. And we have our cocktails. Hopefully you guys have your cocktails with you all tonight. Mine, like I told you guys in the beginning, for anybody who's just joining us, this is a Vino Verde Rosé. Vino Verde is in Portugal. I've been drinking this kind of wine since the first time I visited Portugal back in 2008. I spent a week there over Semana Santa, and I fell in love with Vino Verde wine. I've been drinking it ever since. It is absolutely amazing. You can get it here. If you get it in the U.S., I usually get it from Canals. Canals carries typically wines from all over the world. So in their Portugal section, look for Vino Verde. It's amazing. We actually do have a bottle of it, I believe. Honey, do we have a bottle of Vino Verde to show the people? We should in our wine rack. If you could grab that, please. Hold, please. My assistant's grabbing us the wine, so you guys can see what it looks like, because I'm telling you, it is literally like the best wine ever. The Vino Verde Rosé. Not on the wine rack? Maybe there's some over there? Nope, that's the Tomasello Rainier. This might be a problem, y'all, that we have this many bottles of wine in the house that we can't find the one that we need. Or did I just finish all of the Vino Verde Rosé?
Yeah, you might have finished.
I finished it. Okay, well, we don't have another bottle of this. I know for sure this was the bottom of it, just at least the one that was in the refrigerator, because that's why this was like a little bit lower, because I don't adhere to the 5 ounces, 6 ounces, or 7 ounces of wine. I just have a cup. So I know for sure I would have had way more if we have more in the bottle. I'm sorry, y'all. I will be sure, though, to post a picture of this wine because it's awesome. We do have, though, I believe we have the white, the Pinot Grigio. Honey, do we have the Vino Verde The green bottle, the Pinot. I think I see that over there. Down on the, it would be down on the floor with the wines. Yeah. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Slightly open.
Yeah, I know, right? Clearly in use. This is the regular, just the Vino Verde. And it's Seaside Cellars from Portugal. So if you guys are looking for a good table wine, this is it. We absolutely love Vino Verde wine. Here you go. Thank you so much. All right, so this is boiling. So we can put in the fish. So we have 2 pieces, one for me and one for him. And then we also put the leaf part of the bok choy on top. So let's add that. And then we let this go for 7 to 9 minutes. In the meantime, we have roughly like 4 minutes left on the rice. So that gives me enough time to clean, because you all know I do not like a dirty kitchen. I do not think it is okay to have stuff just hanging out, even though I am cooking. So that gives me some time to rinse some of this stuff off. That way after dinner, we can go to Home Goods and go Ray Dunn hunting. Hopefully my assistant didn't hear that. All right. Let's get some of this stuff cleaned off. All right. I'm also looking for a new knife set, like a really nice one. If any of you guys can suggest like a really nice knife set, I would love that. Simply because mine's okay, it's Hampton Forged, but I would really like a really nice set. Now that I think I'm a little bit of a chef, I think I deserve to have some really nice knives. So if anybody could suggest a nice set, I would really appreciate that. Just because I want to make sure that I have some cool stuff. I bought some other ones recently, but they're not the greatest. So we'll leave those where they are. Just another 2 minutes on the rice. And then we are going to strain that out so we can get ready to plate this up. And then we are done. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Sundays with Cocktails and Cooking with me, Coach Kesh. I really do appreciate it. This year at Purposeful Life, we are really making it a point to invest in total body wellness. So not only are we helping you achieve your goals and work on your mindset and your accountability, but we are also really focusing on our physical wellness, our spiritual wellness, as well as, you know, this whole healthy eating thing, right? Because in order for us to really achieve full body wellness, we need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves in every single way that we possibly can. So this is really what inspired me to get started doing this with you guys, because as I am embarking on this total body wellness journey, not just for myself, but for my clients as well, I really wanted to bring you guys along for the ride, as I think it's important that we all know how to spice it up in the kitchen a little bit. Because eating healthy can be really, really boring. I know for me, for a long time, healthy eating consisted of salads, and more salads. And quite frankly, that gets boring, and I feel like that's part of the reason why some of us give up, because we run out of things to eat, and nobody wants to keep eating the same thing over and over and over again. So Blue Apron has been a really good addition to our weekly groceries. For anybody who is interested in trying Blue Apron, I do have some codes that I'm able to give out for you guys to get some free meals to give a try. Just a second, I need my assistant. Honey, can you please come and move the clean dishes? Thank you. But I do have some coupon codes I can give out if anybody is interested in trying Blue Apron, this has been such a great addition. I do make sure to try and budget our groceries as much as I possibly can. And I have added this as a portion of our weekly budget. Say hello, honey.
Hey. Is this it?
That's it. Thank you. I've added it in. So typically when you first start with the coupon codes, like it's like 20 something dollars a week, and then it shoots up to like 45. But if you think about that, if you're getting 2 meals a week and you subtract that $45 from your typical grocery bill, it really is worth it. Sounds like our rice is done. So we need to strain the rice. The rice is off. I've got my strainer. All right. Let me get some pot holders, because I will burn myself just touching stuff like I don't have no sense. Let me give this a little spin. Oh, perfect. All right. Okay. So if that was 4 minutes, that means we have like 3 more minutes on the fish. So in the meantime, next, I'm going to whip out my plates. So it looks like the rice is kind of like underneath the fish a little bit. So I'm going to try to get it to look like that a little bit. We'll see what happens. See, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. I'll burn myself. Me just trying to touch this, like, why would I do that? Moving too fast. So let's get some plate. They have round plates. My round plates are Christmas, though. So we're not going to do that. Oh, you know what? I have oval. We're going to use oval plates. So I need rice on both of the plates. Again, the great thing about this is you will not overeat, because it's literally just enough. I ordered 2 servings. You could order up to 4 servings with Blue Apron, but it's literally just enough for my husband and I. Like, there is literally no way that you're going to overindulge, which is nice. Okay. All right. We've got rice. Oh, I can totally see that the tilapia is like almost done. So we're going to give that a few more minutes. This looks really good, y'all, and it smells so good. I should probably turn on the vent fan too. On low, just to kind of air it out a little bit. But it smells so good. It looks really good too. Let me not start fooling around though and touching stuff. We are almost done, friends. I can't believe how quick these meals go by. Like, it's amazing to me how much of an expensive looking meal you can make so quickly at home by yourself. These are meals that I seriously would have never tried to make. I would never go in the grocery store and be like, can I have bok choy, right? I've eaten it many times at different restaurants, but just not something that I would buy typically. So I'm really excited just about continuing to introduce new things into our meals at home, as we're super open to trying all kinds of stuff when we're out or traveling or whatever. But of course, COVID has limited that. So it's nice to kind of bring that into home and try some different things that are going to spice up your meals. And also just bring some different flavors, right? Like it's just not something that I would typically make at home. So it's pretty exciting to me to have this kind of stuff. Alright guys, these vegetables are getting like nice and soft, almost like a stew in here. And the fish, you can see like it's getting flaky, which is cool. So we're almost done. This has like another, I'm gonna say 4 minutes, just because it'll be 6:40 on my stove clock. So then I will know that this will have been in here for roughly 9 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than 9 minutes. And it says on the paper that the fish needs to cook for 7 to 9 minutes or until it's opaque and cooked through. So that's what I mean by like that flaky looking. It's like, look, it's getting like that whiteness on it that lets me know, or opaque, as they say, it's getting opaque. And that's how I know that it's cooking. So this is what it looks like on the picture. And that's really what it's starting to look like in the pan too. So I'm excited about that. That means we're just a few moments away from being able to have dinner, as it's a little bit later than usual for us friends. I usually like to start cooking somewhere between 4 and 5 and have dinner like before 6 o'clock. So it's a little bit of a later night for us, but it's alright. It's not the end of the world. Just a couple more minutes and we're going to be good to go. Thank you guys so much for joining us again. For those of you who are just popping in, we are making the yellow curry and lemongrass tilapia from Blue Apron. If you're on Weight Watchers or WW like I am, your points are as follows: green 9 points, blue 8 points, and purple 3 points. I am on blue, so this is an 8-point dinner for me, which is really good for me. I had mentioned earlier, I usually like to have meals like under 15 points just because of how many points I get a day. If I can divide my day up, I like to spend 15 points in the morning, 15 points in the afternoon, and 15 points at night. Typically, I spend most of my points at night because I'm more of a nighttime eater than a morning or afternoon eater. But if I was doing things the right way every day, which I do not, it would be 15 points per meal. So this is actually a really good meal for me. And then on top of that, there's just stuff in here that I got to cook that I typically don't. So I'm hoping that this tastes amazing. It looks like it's going to taste amazing, so I'm hoping it's going to taste amazing, but we'll see. Next steps though, as this is just a couple of minutes off of being done, it says once it's cooked, of course, turn the heat off. Serve the cooked fish, vegetables, and broth over the rice. Garnish with sliced green topped scallions. Okay, so we'll just put a little razzle dazzle on top of it and we'll be ready to go. Alrighty. This fish is definitely looking opaque, as they say. Look at me, just learning new chef words and stuff. This has been a journey, y'all. Alright. Another minute. I'm going to plate this up, show you guys what it looks like, and we're going to have dinner and more cocktails. Although clearly I'm at a rosé. So, well, that rosé. I have other rosés. Alright. Looks like we're good. Alright, friends. This is the picture. This is my plate. And we are now going to eat. Thank you guys so much for another Cocktails and Cooking with me, Coach Kesh. If you missed this whole thing, it will be on YouTube. We appreciate you and continue to come by every Sunday night. We're going to be cooking up something new and fresh from Blue Apron. I will post a picture of this and let you guys know how it tastes. Thank you so much. I'll see all of you next week.